This is your home for the Panthers. Paola Sports Live.
Taking the snap, they'll go play action. They're looking on the wheel route, got a man wide open, it's Troutman! J.D. Troutman is gonna go all the way for the touchdown!
Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more about fast, reliable service and great customer service at gobrawley.com.
The outside shot, Wickers blocked from behind by Kuhlman. Here comes Pitzer though, puts it right back, and one, count the basket. Troutman, a nice pass underneath the Richmond. He's got himself 4 in the tie for Paola.
Play clock at 15, they'll take the snap. This will be a quarterback keeper and into the end zone.
It's time for the Panthers on your home for Paola High School Athletics. Paola Sports Live.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of Paola Sports Live, brought to you by Comcast Xfinity. There is no better place to watch and stream sports than on Xfinity. Comcast's Xfinity network makes the sports viewing experience simple, seamless, and unforgettable. Nobody else gives fans a single destination for every game with Wi-Fi that streams live sports over a connection with ultra-low lag, and powerful features like multi-view to keep every fan in the action from multiple live games at once. If you call yourself a sports fan, you need Xfinity. I'm Aaron Feely here tonight as the 18-7 Paola Panthers set to take on the 8-15 Washington squad here of Kansas City. Should be a good one and a little 4A versus 5A competition here between Washington and Paola. Senior night here for the Panthers. They honored the seniors before the game. And we should have a doozy. Pre-game brought to you by Paola Vet Clinic. From your pet to your herd, Paola Vet Clinic has over 90 years of veterinary experience to help give high-quality care at affordable pricing. Visit them at 1708 Industrial Road in Paola or visit their website, wildcatvetclinic.com. As it looks like the starting lineup's just about set to be announced here, and we'll get the national anthem. We'll be right back. You're watching Paola Sports Live, brought to you by Xfinity and Comcast.
We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Back in live, just about ready for the opening serve, brought to you by Miami Lumber, servicing Miami County since 1983, located at 1014 North Pearl Street in Paola, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 3. Miami Lumber, your homegrown home improvement store. Like us on Facebook. Should be a good one here between the Washington Wildcats and the Paola Panthers. Live from Paola High School. Senior night, the final home game of the season for these 18-win Paola Panthers. They'll try to make it big number 19 here this evening, coming in currently in 4th place in the 4A East standings and looking to continue their role as one of the better teams across all of 4A as they take on the 5A Washington Wildcats, who come in with that 8-15 record, not exactly where they want to be standings-wise, but obviously the great equalizer, the class difference here. Whenever 4A meets 5A, the standings not necessarily quite as indicative of what you're going to see, but Paola certainly comes into this one as a probable favorite despite the classification difference. The Panthers, who had quite an undefeated streak rolling earlier on in the season, somewhat evened out 3-2 in their last 5 matchups. As we will continue to wait here for the opening serve as they'll make one last quick switch. And we're just about set to get underway with this opening serve. It will be Washington sending it over first. Parr sends it over. Paola with the response. Couldn't quite get the spike off there, so just having to send it across to Paola. Panthers to the back line. Oh, that's up into the rafters and then into the netting, and Paola will get the opening point. Good start there for Paola here on senior night. So they send back Vanessa Haas. Sends over the serve. And Paola unable to set themselves up for the spike. They just have to send that one across. Looked like Washington tried to catch Paola napping there. It won't work, and then that one off a Wildcat and back into the bleachers. It's 2-0 Panthers here in the opening set. Haas, another serve. And it didn't quite get over the netting, so it's 3-0 Paola early. Out of play, and Washington is on the board. And they needed that. They get a quick break after the Haas serve goes just a little bit far. Maybe some way to generate a bit of momentum. Angel Harvey will serve. Oh, and a miscue there from the Panthers in Washington, 2 in a row off Paola. Miscommunication. Pop skyward, gonna try to set this one up. Couldn't quite get the spike off. So now Paola will give it a shot. They'll go back wall. That one went off the very back defender there as Meili Moa couldn't quite handle it, and Paola has doubled him up. Over it goes. Popped up into the air. Oh, and just trying to find a little bit of unoccupied space. And the Panthers went over the line. Paola's bench seems to disagree. Coach Palmer having a discussion with our official here today. And not going to win that discussion. And the 3 is on the board for Washington. So the sophomore Mua back to serve for Washington. Crawford keeps it alive. Spike goes, stays in. Paola's got the point back. And they'll send the senior Lily Shea to serve. On Washington again, unable to set up the spike. That one went out. Paola point. Paola was kind of half-hearted about that initially. Wasn't quite sure if it was going to leak just far enough to be out. And by maybe one singular lace of the ball, it managed to get itself all the way across that line. Finesse that one over the blocking wall. Then the spike goes off the wall again and out of play. Paola point. Panthers rolling now. After the 3-0 lead quickly evaporated into a 3-2 ball game and then a 4-3 game. They've got 3 in a row and a timeout. Washington will step aside briefly. You're watching Paola Sports Live, brought to you by Comcast Xfinity.
This Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming.
Next up, boom time. The Wi-Fi booming. The Wi-Fi is booming like a
10x double unicorn IPO.
Scream me sideways. It's bursting with Wi-Fi.
Now everyone who knows a boom when they see one is gonna want in.
The Wi-Fi's booming.
Back in out of the timeout. 7-3 on the opening set here. Paola advantage. Oh, that one's going well out of play. Make it 8-3. Paola rolling right now. Here in the final home game of the fall 2025 season. Lily Shea, another serve. Just tipping it across there was Washington. They'll get this one back over. Paola looking sharp early. Washington able to get that one over the net. Keeping themselves alive here. Sent over again by McDonald. Paola for the spike and just gets it in. 9-3, Panthers in front. And on senior night, one of their seniors, Lily Shea, is absolutely rolling with the serves right now and put another one on the board. (10-3) Panthers in front. Sends it over. Washington keeps it alive. Spike stays in. Paola absolutely on fire right now. We'll see if Shea can keep this one going. McDonald tips it over. Panthers setting up for the spike from Mining. That one rockets all the way back and out of play. That one hit a Washington player so hard it came back over Paola's side. Once again, just sending it over softly. Paola tried to catch him off guard there. Doesn't work. Tipping it across. Paola keeps it alive. Spike from Mining finds some space, and the Panthers lead by 10 in the opening frame. So back to Shea to serve once again. That one ends up in the hoop that they had put up in an attempt to get it out of the way for tonight's contest. They found a way to keep it in the way there. 14-3. It is a 10-point run for Paola right now. Washington's got to do anything they can to try to kill off some of this Panther momentum. That's not going to do it. Into the Panthers bench, and another Paola point on the board, 15-3. And the serve ends up in the netting. So thus far, 4 Washington points, 2 serves out of play. A relay attempt that ended up bouncing from one Paola player off the bump into one of her teammates' backs, and then one that just went straight out of play. So 4 Paola mistakes have given Washington their 4 points to this point. As the serve heads over, Amanda Pitzer, another one of the Paola seniors here tonight. And right back down to the floor. Panthers absolutely rolling here in this opening frame. And Pitzer aced him. Found a bit of unoccupied court and just dropped it in beautifully. 18-4 here in set 1. Straight back to the court as McDonald tried to send it over, and it got sent right back her way, express mail style. (19-4). Washington finally able to get a spike back over. That one, though, goes a little far, and Paola will have an opportunity to send it over with some force, and a bit far. Washington point. So 19-5. Washington will look to generate one heck of a comeback if they're still going to take set one. Crawford able to handle it. A fake spike there by Haas. Oh, keeping it alive. Well played, Paola. Now they'll just send it over, and it drops. So Paola hits 20. Back to serve, Ruby Kane for the Panthers. To the back line there for Washington. Able to get the spike off there and able to get the point. One of the best executed sequences we've seen from the Wildcats to this point. They'll get 2 serves in a row. Paola's going to have to really fight to get that over. They won't do it. Washington up to 7. Well, you can't start the major comeback without just stacking them one at a time. And right now, Washington 3 in a row. Haas sends it over. That one's heading skyward. 4 in a row is looking like it's in trouble. And that one's going to hit some floor on the far side and out of play. Paola up 21-7 here in the first frame. Kaylee Crawford, another one of the Paola seniors, ready to serve. Crawford sent it over. Washington just going to have to bump it over the net. To the back wall, well out of play, a little too much on it. And it's 21-8. Here comes the serve. Crawford handles. Haas with the spike and drills it. So Paola, with a monstrous lead, are going to send Haas back once again. And Vanessa Haas will try to get these last 3 off of her serves. Sent it over off 2 hits, trying to catch Paola off guard. Into the netting, kept alive, still alive. Washington fights it back over and keeps this one going. And able to keep the volley alive still. Washington having to get a little creative to keep this one alive. And Paola sending it over with the spike. That one's going to end up in the bench, and the Panthers up to 23. One of the ball girls really had to track that one down. It ended up not just in the bench, but it was starting to take a little stroll down the hallway. And too many hits, 24-8. Panthers now to set point. up into the bleachers, and the Panthers take the opening set. It's going to be 1-0. Paola 25-8. We'll go to set 2 after a quick break right here on Paola Sports Live, brought to you by Comcast Xfinity.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
First Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Looking for a taste of home-cooked goodness and a welcoming hometown atmosphere? Look no further than Circle C Cafe in Paola. Indulge in mouth-watering breakfasts that'll jumpstart your day, or savor the hearty lunches with farm-fresh ingredients that'll make your taste buds dance. Circle C Cafe, where delicious food and friendly faces come together. Stop in and see them at 1305 Baptiste in Paola. Circle C Cafe, hometown flavors, hometown pride. Find them at facebook.com/Circle C Cafe.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Just about ready for the start of set number 2. Brought to you by Fort Scott Community College. You belong at Fort Scott Community College. From nursing to farm and ranch management, John Deere tech to theater, and so much more. Plus championship caliber athletic programs. To learn more, visit fortscott.edu. Opening volley here of this second set. Ends up in the netting, and it'll be Washington taking the 1-0 lead. Back to serve, sending it over. Kaylee Crawford there to respond. That one finds a bit of floor over on the Washington end, and Paola responds quickly. Panthers will send Kinsley Mining back to serve. Spike ends up in the net, and the Panthers back in front. Had a very dominant first set of today's match, 25-8, to take the 1-0 sets advantage. And Mining an absolute line drive over that net. Comes back to the back wall. Crawford begins this. Washington able to just get it over. Weren't able to quite set up the spike. Paola is, but it tipped the top of the netting. That'll give Washington an opportunity here. Wildcats keep it going. Oh, they're going to have to track this one down. They won't get there. 3-1, Panthers with the lead. So we'll get another Mining serve. Right into the net. So Washington catches a break. 3-2 now your score. Wildcats serve. Panthers send it over, sent right back by McDonald, and we've got a tied set. So it'll be Angel Harvey to serve for Washington. 3-3 in the second frame. Sets, spike comes over. To the back line of Paola. Tried to ambush him a bit there. McDonald sends it just over the net, but goes the finesse route. Paola doesn't. And that one might have hit the rafters and redirected. So it's 4-3 Panthers off the awkward ricochet. And now they'll send Berkeley Mining back to serve. Into the netting, Panthers extend their lead 5-3. And the freshman Berkeley Mining, and that one ends up in the netting. So Washington catches another break there. Draw it back within one. Haley Mua will send it over. Panthers get the spike to land. And back to a 2-point advantage. This will be Braley Wicker to serve for Paola. And an awkward play on the back end there by Washington. Sends that thing straight sideways, and it's a 3-point Paola lead. Wicker sends it over again. That one ends up out of play. So it'll be Washington serve. Down by 2 here in the second set. Just skimming the top of that netting. Spike a little too firm, and it's back to a 1-point game. Up it goes. Traxel sends it over. Washington keeps it alive. The spike finds Mining. Denied by McDonald. So Paola will try again, and that one's a bit more successful. Finished off, I believe, by Blackmore. As we've got an official talking over something with the scorekeeper's table. So we'll get a bit of a hold up here. Once they are finished with whatever it is they're chatting about over there, scorekeeping wise. Looks like Paola will send Ellie Traxel back. And she'll serve this one once she gets the whistle and the ready for play. There it is. And there's the serve. Oh, that one going to take a vacation in the top row of those far side bleachers. It's 9-6 Paola. Oh, skimming the top of the net. Makes it an awkward play for Washington, but they keep it alive. Then Mining sends it to the back wall. Played well by Mua. And then she'll have to just send it across gently for Paola, who can, unable to get the spike off themselves. McDonald sends it over. That won't result in anything, so this stays alive, and now it finally finds a bit of floor on the Washington side. Panthers get the point. Spike from Mining, well played there by the Wildcats. Oh, and a miscue as they were trying to bump that one back over the net this way. Two players in the area. And it looked like both of them made contact, which led to an awkward ricochet. That one will go straight up into the air. Washington sends it over. Oh, just off the top of the net and dropped right onto the Paola side. Christina Toon into the netting with the serve. Panthers get the point. So the senior, Elise Blackmore, and her serve hits the net. So 12-8, Washington will get another crack at it. This is Madeline Vang. And the return attempt ends up right in the netting, and Paola up to 13. Panthers already with a 1-0 set advantage. And now a 5-point lead in the second frame. Haas, the serve. Handled by Washington, just kind of pushed over there. Crawford sets it up. Pitzer with the attempted spike, returned by Washington. They'll try it again. Washington again with the answer. And that'll be Washington's point. I believe that was Lily Shea who went up to try to spike that one back over two-handed. They're going to say she might have cupped that ball a little bit. Maybe more of a grab and throw straight down than a straight up spike. So back to a 4-point game, or a 4-point set at least. And it's out. Washington point, they're up to double digits. The serve. Crawford handles. The spike. And again it's out. Crawford able to handle the serve. Spike coming over from Traxel, and it finds the floor. (14-11) Paola in front. Kinsley Mining back to serve. Oh, and there's just no teammates in the area. And it's up to 15 now for Paola. Mining sends it across. Washington gets the spike away. And that one is absolutely finished off with authority by Traxel. And it's 16-11 Paola here in the second set. Oh, and this one's not looking good for Washington, and it falls. And Paola starting to take firm command of this frame as well. It was close there for a brief period, but now Paola on a run. They'll try to keep it going. Washington wasn't able to send it over very forcefully, so Paola will. (18-11), Panthers rolling, looking to take that 2-0 set advantage and put Washington on the brink. Crawford sets it up. Washington keeps it alive. To Traxel. That one's heading towards the senior night displays. And it's 19-11, Panthers out in front. Mining another serve. Oh, and sent directly back over to Paola. And it falls. Panthers hit 20. Mining serve, a line drive serve, and that's going to be 21. They lead by 10. Serve comes across. Oh, and that could be trouble here for the Wildcats. They do get it over. They got to scramble, though, to get back in position, and the serve is just a bit too far. So it'll be Washington's point. Angel Harvey back to serve, the senior for the Wildcats. Shea Spike handled by Washington. Crawford keeps it alive. Oh, and that one ends up with the official. No chance for Traxel to track it down. And 2 in a row for Washington. This time Traxel able to send it over with authority. And Paola, for the second straight set, will be given the opportunity to get the serve back, needing just 3. It'll be Berkeley Mining. The freshman sends it over. And it drops. Back to a 10-point Panthers advantage. Mining serve, off McDonald, then off of Moa, and out of play. Set point here for the Panthers. And it's an absolute rocket of a line drive right over the top of the net. McDonald sends it over, blocked nicely in front. Well done by Amanda Pitzer, and that'll give the Panthers a 2-0 advantage in sets as they head to the third. We'll step aside. You're watching Paola Sports Live, brought to you by Comcast Xfinity. Third set coming up right after this.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
If you're going to wear jewelry, shouldn't it be as unique as you? At Wilson's Jewelers, they can bring your ideas to life. Wilson's can also put old stones in new pieces, or new stones in old pieces, or even just repair what you already love. Wilson's Jewelers brings quality service and old world craftsmanship to the area by learning from jewelry masters from around the world. For 30 years, Wilson's Jewelers has been family owned and operated. When it comes to your adornments, trust Wilson's Jewelers, your personal jeweler.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Back in start of the third set here on Paola Sports Live, brought to you by Comcast Xfinity. Panthers took the first two. They're looking to make it a clean sweep here tonight on senior night. And they have looked very good here against the 5A competition from Kansas City in these Washington Wildcats. Two very dominant victories in the first two sets. And Washington gets the first point of set number 3, much as they did in set 2. And the Wildcat fans that made the trip down, hoping that that is the start of an epic comeback here on Paola's home court. But for now, it's going to be back to a tie game. So 1-1, 2 sets to Paola here in the third set. Get a quick substitution as Berkeley Mining out, and Vanessa Haas is in. And right into the netting and straight down. Panthers, after giving up the early lead, take it right back, 2 in a row for Paola. Haas, the serve. And it drops. Panthers lead 3-1. And going a bit far, and it's 3-2, Washington's point. Traxel plays it. Blackmore sends it over. Washington plays that cleanly, but then sends it right to the Paola side. That one off the rafters again. And it is Paola point. Out of play. Paola now leads by 3 in the third. Kinsley Mining the serve here. McDonald for Washington sends it over. Setting it up for Blackmore. Deflected off McDonald and out of play. Panthers lead by 4. Oh, and right to Blackmore, who finishes it off with one quick spike. 7-2 Paola. So we'll get yet another Kinsley Mining serve. And she aced him. 8-2. Mining sends it. Aced him again. Paola looking to make it a quick night here. As it'll be another Mining serve. And another that won't be returned as they hit double digits. It's 10-2 Panthers in front. Before the contest, honoring Kaylee Crawford, Amanda Pitzer, Lily Shea, Vanessa Haas, and Elsie Blackmore, the 5 seniors. And looking to get them out of here with a clean sweep over Washington. And plays like that will certainly help. 11-2, Panthers in the lead. McDonald sends it over. Crawford goes down low to play it. Spike coming from Blackmore. And another point on the board for the Paola Panthers. And right back to the Panthers side. Washington twice has had to one-touch it right back over to Paola's end. And then Panthers finish it off. Well played there by Charlie Stanchfield. The lead is now 11 here in the third. That one goes out of play, and it's back to a 10-point advantage. Washington will have to turn that break into a serious run if they're going to make this match competitive once more. Looking for the McDonald spike, and it falls after being blocked by that Paola front wall onto the Washington side. Panthers back to serve once again. It'll be Elsie Blackmore. Out of play. A little bit too firm there from Stanchfield. Washington gets the point. And the serve. Tipped and hits the floor. Panthers get to 15. The serve from Pitzer. And it'll get the Paolas another point. Washington has to fight that one back over. Stanchfield can't close it with that. McDonald sends it over to Haas. That one won't do it. Paola will try again. Over to Shea, and it's out of play. Washington point. Playable there for Mining. Stanchfield scores another one. So 17-5, the Panthers, one of their more dominant performances of the entire season. Haas to the back line, into the air. Tipped. Airborne. How about this volley from both of these sides? Off the net, pops up, and it's out. So the Panthers ultimately claim it, 18-5. Braley Wicker sent it over. Oh, nice play by Crawford, keeps it alive. Now back to the Washington end. And a bit too far, Paola scores again. And into the netting, Panthers hit 20. They lead by 15, and they can smell that 3-0 clean sweep. Wicker sends it over, and Wicker aces them 21-5. And out. Too far again, 22-5. Paola absolutely dominant here this evening on senior night. So Wicker might be looking to just close this thing out herself. And the spike comes right back over, finished off there by Lily Shea, and it's 23-5. Washington back on the board. Spike from Shea. Washington keeps it alive. Over by Haas. And denied by the net. And it's match point, 24-6. Paola 1 point away from victory. And their 19th win of the season. And there it is. The Panthers take it 25-6 in set 3. Paola wins 3 sets to none, and the seniors will get the victory on senior night here from Paola High School. We'll be back with the postgame show after a brief break. Don't go anywhere. Postgame show coming at you right after this on Paola Sports Live, brought to you by Comcast Xfinity.
Wear jewelry. Shouldn't it be as unique as you? At Wilson's Jewelers, they can bring your ideas to life. Wilson's can also put old stones in new pieces, or new stones in old pieces, or even just repair what you already love. Wilson's Jewelers brings quality service and old world craftsmanship to the area by learning from jewelry masters from around the world. For 30 years, Wilson's Jewelers has been family owned and operated. When it comes to your adornments, trust Wilson's Jewelers, your personal.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back in live on Paola Sports Live post-game show brought to you by Elliott Insurance Group. At Elliott Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both. With offices throughout the area and online at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. Well, Paola honored the seniors in the best way there is to honor the seniors with a dominant victory over Washington High School. The Wildcats came in 8-15 on the year. Paola comes in with that 18-7 record. They make it 19 wins on the year. They win all 3 sets. Washington only been able to hit double-digit points in one of the sets. That was set 2. It was an absolutely dominant performance by Paola, who came in 4th in the standings in the 4A East. And they look now to try to extend that dominance and rise up those standings a little bit more as we head towards the end of this season and postseason play just around the corner. Seniors honored here tonight: Kaylee Crawford, number 8 Amanda Pitzer, 13 Lily Shea, 14 Vanessa Haas, and 25 Elsie Blackmore. We thank you all for joining us here tonight on Paola Sports Live. I've been Aaron Feely, and we'll see you guys tomorrow as football's in action against Spring Hill here on Paola Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.